Hello, lady and gentlemen. Welcome to my second StarCraft cast. I know it's been a while, but hey, what you gonna do? Apparently my computer cannot handle Adobe Premiere Pro, so I have been mucking about and finding a new editor program. So let's get right down into it. This is going to be an interesting cast, simply because this is going to be a match that is going to show you how not to play Terran and how not to play Protoss. Now, both these players are that's right, look here and look here, in the training matches. So this match is not going to be a high-level play. These guys are still in the training league, those 50 matches you get to do before you actually get posted in one of the official leagues. First off, use Chrono Boost. As Protoss, you need to use Chrono Boost. The second you have 25 energy, use it. Well, don't stack it. So as you can see, the Protoss player here is actually getting some more probes out, which will give him an economical advantage against the Terran. Now, what would I suggest in a Protoss versus Terran, especially on a training map? Don't go cheese. The whole point of these training matches is to make sure that you learn to play. Now, this Terran, for example, could go Reaper or could expand really fast to Banshees and just go and harass the Protoss. But I suggest you do not go cheese. Okay, first mistake of the game. Look at this SCV. Look at him. He's just bored. I think he's moving using the AI. No way, he's finally building something. What I did wanted to point out is never have your SCVs idle. Look at this one. Again, idling. Never have your SCVs idle. Have one SCV build something or have another build something else. Never have them just lying around like this. You're wasting income, you're wasting time, and let's say that now in a trading match it doesn't really matter that much, but later on in the game, this will really impact your game. Sometimes a second is all that matters. So as we can see, the Terran is going nuts as such a standard build. He has a barracks and an idle SCV again. He's not even built. He's going for a fast expansion. I guess he's considering himself safe because of the rocks, but we'll see how he plays on later. Now, the Protoss, on the other hand, is actually doing pretty well. He has a high enough harvest count. It's trying to saturate all the minerals, all the gas. His income is skyrocketing over the Terrans, and he's getting work heat technology. So he's also playing a more economic build into a tech build, not really working for a fast push, which is again what I recommend. I know that you might get cheese on these games and you have to prepare yourself to get cheese, but the whole point of these games is actually to make sure that you know how to macro up, how to play the long-term game, because let's face it, if you watch enough replays, you can cheese. So we have our first Stalker out on the field, probably against maybe a early Reaper, which we will not see, because as you can see he has a barracks and he's pumping out Marines, nothing more. More supply depots for the red guy. I don't think that he needs them because, again, at this point of the game, any mineral you have has to be used perfectly, has to be used for something that you actually need. Getting a supply depot when you're on 20 and you're still on 38 supply, especially with the second command center kicking in, wasting that 100 minerals on one supply depot, I'd actually get 2 more Marines out. But that's just me. So I guess we're going to see a big ball of Marine push from the Terran, while the Protoss is, let's see the production tab, the Protoss is going Blink Stalkers. And another gateway is coming up. Wargate technology is done, so I suppose this will soon turn into a, there we go, it's turning into a warp gate. And I suppose this one will go to Blink Stalkers is almost done. As you can see, the Protoss is actually doing very well on his Chrono Boost. He never gets more than 25 energy on his Nexus, and this is really good because he uses it all on upgrades or to pump out more units. Since there is no Reaper so far, I guess he's feeling safe enough to not pump out more Stalkers and maybe to get a little tech upgrade. a robo facility is going down, which I suppose might be maybe, I don't know, Colossi against Terran Colossus are good, especially if the Terran goes in a mass infantry build, which apparently he actually is. And let's see what this factory will go. Will we see a tech lab and get that stim pack? Here's another thing. We're really starting to get late in the game, and as a Terran, get the orbital command. It's all I can say. That mule is going to help a lot, and also having a scan ready, having a scan on hand might help, let's say, against a DT attack. I know that on these kinds of maps, DTs are highly unlikely because they have to break through the rocks, and before they actually do, you're going to have a lot of forces to deal with it. But still, it is something that you need to learn to do. Now, another thing, second gas. I know that since he's actually going for apparently 2 reactors and lots of marines, gas isn't that much of a priority, but getting upgrades for these guys, getting maybe your orbital command, your second orbital command. By the way, this command center is placed really far off. Would be a good idea. The Protoss, on the other hand, is actually going a much better build. His observers are actually out. One observer is there, the other is here. He's guarding this Naga tower just in case maybe the Terran might grab a high yield. He doesn't know where the Terran is. He knows he's not here. That's why this observer is going up, and this one is also going up to find out what exactly his opponent is doing. The Protoss, aka NinjaBear, who, by the way, is one of my real-life friends, is playing better. All I can say is that he's playing better. This is not supposed to be high-ranked matches. This is not supposed to be great fun, high macro, awesome gameplay. No, this is supposed to be a match that teaches you where you did wrong. Now, so far for a learner's match, he's not doing bad, except that now he is stacking a little bit on the chrono boost. He maybe should use it. Getting a forge up is nice to get that armor level 2. He's actually gotten armor level 1, star weapons level 1, which is good. He's also got 2 photon cannons to protect against any banshees. Problem is, some banshees from here could do some damage, but it's a good defense of the mineral line, I guess. He has enough stalkers with blink who can just up here and maybe snipes this, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going in and all these SCVs are going to die. Sadly, he has this entire marine force is just standing here doing nothing, which is sad. All the SCVs went down, and now this command center might go down. As you can see, no reaction. Here comes the marines finally with no stim. They're moving so slow. One marine is going to die and just out of there. Now, and this thing is going to slowly burn to death. Normally, again, wouldn't be a problem. Get an SCV, repair it, but he's not. He's not getting an SCV to repair this. This is wasting time, wasting income. Also, as you saw a little earlier, the Protoss blinked with his entire group. The problem is with blinking an entire group is that you might get some stalkers left behind. When you blink an entire group, they all blink. In these cases, I recommend you use the shift button. If you press a shift button and give out commands, they will your units will execute them in a order. So let's say you have your stalkers here, you press shift, put them to move here, and then while pressing shift, blink here. They will walk here. Each individual unit will walk to this position and blink out. This way you do not risk, let's say, having a big ball of stalkers here, and half of them blinking and half of them just blinking from here to here, and having them die. More action as these stalkers go inside and start harassing these marines. This big ball of marine is just still sitting here going back. This command center is finally getting repaired by one SCV. No production. Let's see the income. 15 harvesters. I know that this is, again, when you get harassed, one thing that you have to remember is get harvesters back up, or else your opponent is going to skyrocket in income. Look at this, 900 over 380. This is just bad. 2 expansions from a Protoss, and he's not even saturated this mineral field. This mineral field is almost done, and he's getting out a Colossi. This is just, I don't know, a hard counter. Since this guy is pretty kind of noobish, all I can say, and this observer is here and is noticing that this marine wall is coming up. He knows that how to counter this NinjaBear knows how to counter this, and this is Colossi. Now, what you need to understand as a player is that once your build has been scouted and you have two choices. Either move out then and there, move out because your opponent is going to counter it, or adapt your build. For example, lift up the barracks, put it down, get some stim packs, get a factory, get some siege tanks. Finally has a factory, might be going for the siege tanks, I don't know, might be going for directly Banshees or something in the air. But this, just pumping out Marines so late after these Marines have actually been scouted is just really bad play. As you see, NinjaBear is finally moving up, and this command center will go down this time. These four stalkers don't have any problems, and neither do the Colossi, because they just can move up the cliff, up and down. Let's see, Thermal Lance is on the way, it's almost done. Now, if we look in the base, we still have, again, stacking Chrono Boost energy on both of these things. Now, as you can see right here the hotkeys for certain groups. I recommend you putting all your nexuses, command centers, and whatnot on 6 or 7. Some people use it on 1, but I use it on 6 or 7. If you do that, you just press 6 and you automatically have access to Chrono Boost. And let's say you've just attacked, you move a little, you order your units to go back, and you press 6 2 times, and you just Chrono Boost out what you need to. Now, as you can see, these stalkers are moving in here and starting to do some serious damage. If they can take out the starport, that would be extremely nice, but apparently he's scared of 2 little Marines. This entire Marine force is just plain stupid. If this thing would actually push in here, it might do some damage, but running back and forth in the middle of the map is just wasting time. And look at this, pulling off almost all his SCVs to repair that. That is just bad play. And where are these SCVs going? They're going after the stalkers? These Marines are just idling here, and now all these SCVs are going to take it out. This is just absolutely bad play. This is what you need to remember when you're playing. Focus. Do not go idle. Simply do not do what this guy's doing. NinjaBear isn't playing that good. Ooh, and this Colossi, look at this. This is what happens when you don't adapt to your build. One Colossus will go down, but all these Marines just getting burned to a crisp by the Thermal Lance. That's what you do. That's what happens when you just randomly do stupid. You need to focus. You need to adapt to play. This is a strategy game, people. What could have been done differently? The game is absolutely over. As you can see, okie dokie, he leaves the game, and that's it. Didn't even GG. Problem is, it wasn't a GG. NinjaBear played decently. He didn't play at high-level play, but he had a nice composition of units. He had a nice upgrades on them. He had 2 attack, which was really nice. He had a Thermal Lance. When he scouted the Marines, he adapted his build, while the Terran just simply did nothing. Pumping out Marines was a bad choice. Not getting Orbital Command was a bad choice. And letting your Harvester count drop was a bad choice. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have learned a few things. Thank you, Jeronimo, and for being such a bad player. I hope you improve next time I see you. NinjaBear, you did a great job for proving that even mediocre players can play. And next time, maybe I'll cast a game of my sucky play, and NinjaBear won't kick my ass for calling him a mediocre player. See you guys next time.